This ain't for the best. My reputation's never been worse, so you must like me for me. We can't make any promises now, can we, babe? But you can.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a get ready with me, get to know me kind of thing today. So today I'm actually going to be using this Revolution makeup in London. It's a conceal and define full coverage foundation. I actually got this from Target the other day and I just said, let me try it. I'm actually looking for, I don't know why I'm trying to find a substitute for the Born This Way foundation when I should just leave it as is, because that's like the best foundation that I've had thus far. And I'm like, for some reason I'm trying to replace it and I don't know why. I should just leave it alone, right? But no, I think that it's good to have a variety, because for some reason when I find something that I like, it always ends up getting discontinued somehow. So yeah, I always try to have like plan A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? I also had picked up the Banana Brightening Powder. Let's see if you can see it, because I got this ring light on and I did something with the settings. So I hope this comes out okay. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing I usually do is always just kind of like highlight my eyebrows. I had my eyebrows microbladed in 2021. I will leave the name of my tech on the screen. I think her name is Carolina. She was referred to me by a coworker because I loved her eyebrows, and she's like almost like a perfectionist as me. Like when it comes to certain things like that, you got to do it right. I'm not playing with that at all. So I will leave her information across the screen. I'll leave her actually like her Instagram name, so that way if you want to book her, she has all the information to book her on her Instagram. Very nice lady. I mean, I wouldn't honestly mind learning how to do that, but you know, it's kind of pricey. Don't get me wrong, I feel like it's worth it, because when you look, I'm not going to say on screen exactly how much you charge, but it's not cheap. But look at this shit. If I'm gonna like pay for certain procedures and stuff like that, it's like it got to be done right. And like I said, I got it done in, I would say, January of 2021. So I think, yeah, it's coming up like the year. I was kind of considering going to get it like retouched, but I really don't think I need it right now. I just didn't really want it to get so out of control. You know, I want to keep these bad boys on point. So yeah, I'll leave her information across the screen when I'm editing. All right, so getting to know me. I am 39 years old. I am a Leo. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I am only child. I did have an older brother, but he passed away in 2001. Yeah, 2001, and he was older than me. He was about 8 years older than me. And since then, I've just been an only child with my mom. On my father's side, I do have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and we keep in communication. They don't live in New York anymore. They moved to Georgia, but we do communicate. I think the older we got, the better we got at communicating. So that's cool. What was I doing? Oh, okay. So I think before I started filming, because I was actually filming on my camera and I did not like the way it looked, of course, so I just switched back over to my phone. So I had already put on the Fenty Pro Filter. The Fenty Pro Filter, the True Matte Pro Filter by Fenty. I had already put that on my face just to base it out. So I know I'm jumping all over the place. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start putting on the oh, this is cool. I haven't even opened it to see how it is. It has like, oh, this is cool. I like that. So now I have to use I still have to use my sponge, but this is a good way of just like probably saving foundation. I always kind of like blind buy my foundation, and I just looked at it and I could tell that it was gonna be a yes for me. So yeah, the older we got, the more we got like better at communicating. I am half Haitian. My father's from Haiti. My mom is from South Carolina, but I do not know how to speak Creole. Everybody frown upon that. Like, how don't you know how to speak? Especially, oh God, please, when I meet Haitian people, they be like, how don't you know how to speak Creole? That's like an abomination. And I'm like, well, my father never taught me, and I do want to learn. So that's one of my goals in life, is to learn French. I do have it on my list of goals that I want to achieve, and that is something that I am going to do, because I just want to be able to have that, as that's part of my, oh shoot, I'm not properly dressed. That is part of my heritage, and I do. Oh, this is kind of nice. I kind of like. See what happens when you try new things. This is cute. This is real cute. Real cute. I like this. Because I've been, like I said before, I've been trying to find a little, alternative to, and it's good to find cheaper alternatives as well, because you won't have to, spend a lot of money. I typically don't do my makeup with my wig on, but today I am. All right, so what was I saying? Yeah, so my sister, my family, so I definitely want to learn French. I have not been to Haiti. I've been to DR, but I haven't been to Haiti. Reason being is because my father told me that where he's from in Haiti is kind of like wild, and I don't speak Creole, so he wouldn't want me to go out there, and basically not know what the hell is going on, because in my experience with my family, like, if you don't speak Creole, oh well, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna still speak it. They don't care. They know I don't speak Creole. When I come around, they still speak it. They don't give a shit. They knew that my whole life, and they just don't care. They just be like, oh well, she don't speak it, da-da-da-da-da. And I kind of got used to it. I really don't honestly care. It's a shame that I actually know more or understand more Spanish than I do Creole, and that's because my cousins are Puerto Rican. My uncle is from Puerto Rico, so I grew up closer to my mom's side. My aunt is married to a Puerto Rican, so I've been, and those are like my close cousins, like basically my brothers, you know what I'm saying? So like being around them, and my uncle, who's Puerto Rican, he basically raised me. Like, that's like another father figure in my life. So I've been around them so much that between that, my best friend is Dominican, and just, Spanish is like one of the most dominant languages, especially in New York. One of my other friends, she lives in Spanish Harlem. You go to the bodegas, they playing the Spanish music. It's like I just came in contact with mostly Spanish. Yo, this foundation, this shit is nice. I don't know, I just said, let me try it, and I'm loving it. Like, this shit is lit. Look, that's just a foundation. And I did this, like, just looking at it, I was like, oh, that'll match me. Kudos to me. So yeah, I'm gonna learn how to speak Creole. That's definitely on my bucket list. What did I do? I know damn well I'm looking for my concealer. I put that shit out here. I don't need. Am I bugging? No, I'm not bugging. I'm looking for my Born This Way concealer. Now I can't find this shit. I don't know, nothing fell. Where the hell is it? All right, I'm not looking for it because I don't know where it is. And I want to continue because, like I said, Jai's out and he will rock my shit, you know, in a little while. I don't even know I got a threshold before he start acting a fool. All right, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna learn Creole. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is, since I can't find my Born This Way concealer, which I know is probably right in my face, and I'm not seeing it because I got like all my makeup on the table, I'm gonna use this Sephora Bright Future. It's a gel serum concealer. I don't know if you guys, I don't think you can see it, but I'm just letting you know. So what was that? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna learn Creole. Sorry for the noise. I'm gonna try to put some music on so you guys don't hear the shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna learn Creole, and so that I'll have that, you know, that's on my list of things that I want to accomplish in my life. So yeah, I am, you know, I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I had moved to Queens. I don't know what year it was because my mom had purchased, well no, we had an apartment before we got the house. She had moved to Queens because she had basically gotten remarried, and they just wanted to, I guess, try out Queens and see how it was. I moved to Queens when I was probably like, it was early. I probably was like, I think I was probably like around 13. And I would still go to my school in Brooklyn. I would just get on the J train to Broadway Junction and, you know, go to school. Or no, at the time I was still in junior high school. So I would get off at Broadway Junction, get on the bus to go to Flatbush. I don't even remember what bus that was. And that's how I would get to school. And you know me, I was always the type of person that liked to travel, and that didn't bother me at all. I wasn't really pressed on, you know, transferring my school, and I'm so glad that my mother didn't, because I was still able to like keep my friends, and I think she just trusted that I would do the right thing, especially as it pertains to like traveling from one, you know, I had already been on a subway. I knew the subway system and the train system already because my mom was a bus driver. So I actually used to ride the bus with her while she worked. So I would go to work with her. And I don't know, I think that kind of like exposed me to like wanting to learn new things and seeing new neighborhoods and stuff like that, because I used to ride the bus with her. So I would just sit in the front seat and while she drove, and I would just, you know, ride with her all day. And then we would get off, and it was kind of like a little adventure. Like, you know, we would get off and go have lunch, then get back on, and that was pretty cool, I guess. You know what I'm saying, for me. And you know, she mostly worked in Manhattan, which was a little bit more exciting because, you know, you get to see different neighborhoods. You know, everything is more I guess you could say glitzy in Manhattan. So she worked out of, I believe that depot is on Amsterdam. Is it on Amsterdam? I don't remember, but it's in Harlem, and it's off from 125th in, I think, Amsterdam. Yeah. And yeah, we used to go to the depot. She'll pull her bus out. We'll be on the bus all day, and you know, it saved her money for you know, paying a damn babysitter. It wouldn't be like every single day. It would be like every now and then I would ride the bus with her and stuff like that. So whatever. So I think that's what kind of like sparked my need for, you know, my explorative side, pretty much. And aside from that, you know, my mother kind of kept me, not so much what I would say constantly busy, but she tried her best to kind of like expose me to different things. And I think that's why I'm such a, I just like to go different places and learn new things, take, you know, cooking classes and stuff like that, because I always just like to learn, because she kind of exposed me to it. I remember one time she paid for me to go to swimming classes at, you know, Brooklyn College and stuff like that. So also, you know, we did a lot of, I want to say we did a lot of traveling, but we used to make a lot of road trips. Every summer we would go to my grandmother's house in South Carolina and just stay the whole summer. So we would get on a train all the way to Kingston, and just, you know, that was a long ass ride, you know, whether it was that way or driving. We never took the plane out there. It was always a road trip. So I think that's why I'm so like adventurous in a sense, and I don't mind traveling. And I was afraid to fly, but I flew so young when I did finally get on a plane. I don't even remember the first time I got on a plane. I'm thinking the first time I got on a plane, I think I got on a plane by myself. I think I did, to go see my brother in Texas. I really think I did. Whatever. But anyway, what else? Where were we? So yeah, born and raised in Brooklyn, East New York. And I still have family that's out there. A lot of my young, friends, when I was growing up, they're still out there. My family still lives out there, so I'm out there pretty, frequently and stuff like that. So I get to see them, and occasionally I'll bump into, an old friend, etc., etc. And yeah. Yeah. So I think I said what my age was, right? So for the longest time, I wanted to have a kid, and I think I wanted to have a kid all my life. I just was really trying my hardest to just have a child with someone that we were going to be together. I had already experienced a broken home with my parents, and I really didn't want to raise I was trying to break a lot of generational curses. I was trying not to have a kid too young, because back in the days, our parents, in my generation, a lot of our parents had us at like 15, 16. They were married. I didn't want that for myself, only because it was never something that I wanted to do. It just was not something I was like, oh, I have to have a kid at this age, or I want to have, I always wanted a child, but I was like a stickler for making sure that the person that I have a kid with, we were going to be together. And growing up, I was the chubby girl. Not to say that I wasn't like getting dudes or whatever, or like getting in relationships and stuff like that. It wasn't like how my friends were always the popular ones, the ones that everybody wanted. And I just wasn't, it wasn't that I wasn't popular, I just wasn't, I guess, popular with the guys that I was attracted to, right? So when I did finally start to like date people, because I would have people that would be interested, but of course the ones that was interested, I wasn't interested in them, right? So buffing foundation, I'm sorry, I'm just stopping. I don't think I told you guys, but this was the Juvia's Place Congo. That's the only really contour thing that I use, and I just got this brush from Elf. It's a buffing foundation brush, so I'm gonna try to see if I can use that instead of the other one. So yeah, so I wasn't really the popular female with the guys. The ones that did like me, of course, I wasn't attracted to. And then when I kind of got a little older, and I guess I don't even want to say older and wiser, but I want to say when I got a little older, I did attract men that I actually like now, right? So now I'm attracting the guys that I like, but they weren't good guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't. And for a while, I used to just be like on my like people pleasing kind of thing. And I just wanted to be with that individual so bad that I would just like accept certain things to a certain extent, though. I've always been like a certain extent kind of thing, because my mom didn't really have men in her life that treated her bad. That I've never seen. And so of course, I will always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I still kind of accepted things that I shouldn't have. So that was just like the ongoing thing. I had a hard time getting somebody to commit the way I wanted them to commit. And then when I finally got to the point in my life where I was actually starting to get men to commit, it was just the wrong man. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and bash any man that I've ever been with and say that they were so bad to me. And first of all, I don't male bash. That's number one. I think that is just not. I think because I grew up with so many men around me, it's just not. And it's not. Let me not even say that, because me and my friends just don't male bash. We might say something about somebody that we was in a relationship with, and then even to that, it's like, what do I need? If I was with you, what do I need to continuously bash you for? Like, I was with you. So I'm not going to keep like sitting here having these long conversations about X, Y, and Z. I mean, if you did some fucked up shit, you did some fucked up shit. But to sit there and be like, oh, he ain't shit, he was this, he was that. It's like, if anything, I'm going to say what I got to say to him. And that's that. But yeah, then when I finally started to get guys to commit, it was just like the guys that just was like, they were struggling with progress in life, you know. Yeah, they were struggling with progress in life, and that's why a lot of the time certain situations didn't work out the way they worked out. But it just I don't know, it just seemed like I just couldn't. I would get like close with some people, like as far as like almost like borderline getting married kind of thing, like proposing and everything, but it was just like, it was always some type of obstacle. Or I always felt like the men that I was in relationships with, like, they just didn't try hard enough to me. Like, it was like, oh, if I told them like, okay, and don't get me wrong, I know I'm not perfect, and I know I may have said things to make them get discouraged, you know what I'm saying? But it still wasn't nothing like disrespectful, like, oh, you a bum ass nigga. And it would just be like, okay, you need to do better. Okay, you need to do better. And it still wasn't like a hounding thing, but it was just like, you know, in order for us to progress in life and get, you know, the family dynamic, and you need to just get your stuff together. And I've always basically had, I've always basically had my stuff together because that's how I was raised, to be a go-getter. So that has never really honestly been a problem for me. Like, it was always like a no-brainer, you know? So, but that's one of the things. And so that was the struggle for me. So that's what kind of deterred me from having children. I just didn't want to have children with any old body. I could have a long time ago, but I just decided like, that's not something I want to do. So I prayed and 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 I prayed, and then it was just kind of like, God, you know, like, if I'm blessed to have a child and me and my child father is not together, God, please just make it so we get along, at least. Like, you know, because I've seen so many instances where people are not talking to each other and they have a child and it's all this shenanigans, and I just didn't want that. So finally, you know, I was in a relationship, and it was like the same thing I was just explaining to you that happened in my other relationships. You know, just waiting for somebody to kind of like get themselves together. And oh God, I hope this looks super bright. We'll see. This is the banana brightening thing. And so I was waiting for this, you know, my, the person I was in a relationship with to just kind of get their stuff together. I'm trying to be supportive. I'm trying to get, you know, resumes done, and, you know, but that, you know, at the end of the day, you can only help people to a certain extent if they don't want to be helped, or they want to do, you know. And I do believe that you need to kind of like let a man be a man, like let a man make his decisions, whatever they might be, you know. Let him make those decisions for himself, you know, because that's gonna give him the push or the boost he needs to do whatever it is that he want to do. Yeah, this is like, okay, I'm sorry to stop, but this looks like a little too bright. But I'm gonna just, okay. All right. I don't think I like this. I don't know. Let me finish because I gotta put the bronzer on too, so we'll see. But most often than not, when it comes to the setting powders, I could kind of tell early like what it's gonna be. I mean, it don't look that bad, but yeah. So, I was trying to wait for him to get it together. It didn't happen, and so we decided to go our separate ways. And I would say literally like a week or two later, after we kind of broke up or whatever, it wasn't nothing that was like a bad, whatever. I found out that I was with child, and I was 37 years old, and I was just like, I could no longer change the narrative of my life. It is what it is. Like literally, like it is what it is. God blessed me with a child, and I was at the point in my life where I had done traveled the world, partied like a freaking celebrity, basically, in every state, not every state, but states, countries. It was like, Fatona, it's time to put on your big girl drawers and take care of your business. You got a good job, you got a home, you got a car, you have family, you have friends, regardless as to what, you can take care of your child. And this is something that you've always wanted. And with that being said, my son was born in November of 2020. And it's crazy how life just do things and things just work out for you a certain extent. I mean, sometimes when you're just going through so much, you just stop, you fail to just take in certain aspects of it and just be truly grateful for it. So when I found that I was pregnant, I think I found out a week before they told us to go home, because this is when COVID hit. And I was home for 2 years, like working from home, pregnant at home, and my baby went out on my maternity leave, came back, and we were still working from home for, I believe, like another year. And so that really was like, you know what? Look at God. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was just like, oh my God, girl, you so lucky. You get to be home with your, with your kid. And I was lucky. I was extremely lucky because, I know that there's women out there that, they got to go back in 6 weeks. And I was able to stay home with my child for I didn't go back to work, to the office, until he was about almost like a year and a half. We just went back in March of 2022. So with that being said, life just throws you curveballs. And, of course, that's not the end of my story, but it's a point of just being grateful, and continuously being grateful. I love my son. I love him. He is just, he is so, I'm about to cry. I don't want to, let me go. Hold on. Not to say that I'm got anywhere to go, but I do want to. Crying like an idiot. Alright. Let me stop for a second. Alright, guys, I'm back. I love my son. He is so funny, sweet. He's a Scorpio, so I don't know. A lot of people, I don't really have a lot of experience with Scorpios, but my little cousin is, and my nephew is. But they, you don't get as personal, up close and personal, but he's just so sweet. Like I could just tell he's gonna be a sweetheart. He just grabs my face and he holds it, and he just be, sometimes he's whining. I'm like, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? And then he'll like, put his arms up for me to lift him up. And then I just know like, then it's like, he wants to be like held and kissed and caressed and stuff like that. And it's just so invigorating to just have that feeling. It's like a feeling like no other. Just having a kid. It's not for the weak though. Everybody be like, oh, how is it being a mother? I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I was like struggling. I was struggling because I had a lot going on in my life, and but by the grace of God, I got through it. And ever since then, it's still not easy. There's a lot about it. I overestimated. I didn't really take into consideration like childcare and doctor's visits and development issues. He's a little bit slow with speech. And so I had to get him evaluated, and then they're saying like he's not quite qualified for services because it's like some type of stipulation, and it's like that's like according to like, of course, the free services that the city gives you. I can pay someone to give him speech therapy, but I don't want to do that. Like if I could get it for free, I am, but I am entitled to get him reevaluated, which I am. And I don't have any doubt in my mind that he's going to talk eventually. It's just a little delay in speech. Things that you just don't think about, when you having a baby. And it's like, that's why when I see certain people have kids and they're not taking care of their kids, or, just having kids to keep a man. And it's like, yo, you can't be doing that, because a child needs both parents. You know what I'm saying? A child needs both parents. And, when me and my child's father decided to have him, we were both excited. He had already had one child. He already had a girl. And his relationship with, his daughter's mother was kind of rough and rocky. And so I really didn't want us to be like that. And there were times where, I wanted to be petty Betty. You know what I'm saying? But I said to myself, Fatona, like, what are you getting out of that? For whatever reason, y'all didn't make it. And it wasn't like the time that I'd be petty Betty was because we didn't, we weren't in a relationship. It would just be the things that he would do. And then I said to myself, like, what am I doing all that for? How is it serving me? How is it making our relationship better or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, just, all right, he don't want to be with you no more. Like, whatever. But for whatever reason, he's not trying to stay. Let it go. And we had a pretty decent co-parent relationship. Like, he had his son all the time. He was there when he was born. He was there when he was, what you call that? Circumcised. He was there. His christening. He was there. And, and more. His first birthday was spent with his dad. He was in Hall. So it's like sometimes you gotta pay for peace. And I wouldn't change anything that I did having my son, who I had my son with. Our families get along. It kind of just worked out. And I think that that's the better thing, because you could have got married and been with somebody for like years and years and years, and that don't necessarily mean that y'all gonna be good co-parents. Anyway, I was just using a Sephora, what is it? Rouge Gel Lip Liner. And this shade is, molasses. And I use the NARS. Ooh, slow ride. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, so that's a little bit of I guess that should be sufficient, right? Yeah. So I'm sorry, I also use this Blink Ultra Longwear Effortless palette. As you can see, that's what I use, and it has like the blushes and the bronzers at the bottom. Like, and I don't remember where I got this from. I think somebody gave me this. So yeah, that's really a little bit about me for now. I guess I can end with getting to know me with like just reasons for me doing YouTube. So reasons for me doing YouTube is realistically for me, it's just very convenient. I can film at home. I can film while I'm just doing everyday things. My channel is like, I would say just really about, it's a mixture between beauty, lifestyle, and like with that is like vlogging. I'm gonna spray some of this Party All Night Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. It's called Airbrush Flawless, right? I'm quite sure everyone knows about this. So yeah, it's just convenient for me. I can do it like right now. I'm home and I'm just filming this like get ready with me. And you know, of course, I do want to like what do you call it? Up the quality, which I think that will come, and in due time. And that's pretty much it. So my digital vision board for 2023. So for 2023, I really want to get monetized on YouTube. I'm gonna continue to be really consistent and try to just come up with new topics to discuss. I would like to lose at least 60 pounds. I'm trying my darnest to change my diet. I really may have to just go to a professional. I may have to go to a nutritionalist, or I'm gonna do some more research about that. Because I made it no secret that I do want to get plastic surgery done, but I do not want to get that done until my eating habits are better. It's not like it's so bad, but it can be so much better. I know that when it's better, then I'll get the results that I want. So that's my goal for this year. I'm not gonna do like, initially I wanted to lose 60 pounds, but realistically I think I'm gonna try to lose 30 pounds this year. I would like to just, I really want to move from this apartment that I'm in. I had already started, you see previous vlogs, I had already started looking into condos and co-ops, but it's not looking too good unless I have like, it's just not looking too good for the condo and co-op. I do have another option that I can explore, but I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on myself for that because my income with my 9 to 5 is okay, but it's really not that great. I live paycheck to paycheck pretty much, so I'm not in a rush to add to that. And I'm still paying for my son to go to daycare, so it's just like, even though he just goes 2 days a week, it's still like, what am I rushing to purchase for? Especially in New York. And I would just like to get monetized by the end of the year. That's my goal. I would like to find a new job that's paying more. I would love to. I hope that happens for me this year. I really hope that happens for me this year. But it would have to make sense. It would have to make sense. And I mean, when it comes to, you know, the salary, the health insurance, whether or not I have to go in the office or not, how often, where it's located. Like I said, it would have to make sense. I do have a trip planned in another month, and I would like to set up another one for the end of the year. I want to get my son's passport done. Mine needs to be renewed, so that'll probably happen in one visit to the post office. And I would like to find love. I do have the love of my life already, but I need a companion, and I need someone that's going to be a good father figure to my child. And that's important to me more than anything. Yeah, I need a good father figure for my child. Yeah. So that is the end of this Get Ready With Me. I hope everyone liked it. I'm a very guarded person. I do not like people in my business. There's a lot that you will never know about me until I'm ready to share it. But I think it's important to just be authentic and to connect with like-minded individuals, and that's how you are successful most in life, which is not hard for me. Anyone that knows me or met me before, it's pretty much the same, you know. I am who I am. You like me or you don't. Either way, guess what? I'll be living to see another day, family. So thank you guys for watching. Just stay tuned for the next one. I think I'm gonna do like a wish list for 2023 as far as, like, you know, of course, monetary things. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll try to get that. I really should just do that shit today. It just knock it out. But in any event, later. This was fun.